If you watched our previous videos, you noticed that the approach to monitoring Docker containers was running an agent inside a container. In 10.10, we added a new approach, an agent running on the Docker host, being referenced from the container and monitoring the containers. For full details, please refer to the documentation. The new solution is pretty much a one-time setup. On the Docker host, you install the agent, add initial mapping, make sure you have the right configuration file. On the Docker image side, you take your existing Docker image and wrap it into an instrumented Docker image. Using this utility, create dockerfile.sh. Then in runtime, we shared the panorama directory. For example, if you have a single Docker container running on a host, just add the -v flag. If you're using Docker Swarm, use the mount flag. Let's see how it's done. First step is to install the agent on the Docker host, which I've done in advance. Next step will be to make sure that I have a configuration and a mapping that will fit my containers. So I copied my default configuration here, and I have an initial mapping template. Keep in mind, it's under OPT panorama heads up and then user data config. So that's where I downloaded my default config. And now I'll just take my initial mapping and create a copy of it and remove the template suffix. In our case, the images are Apache Tomcat. So we'll just unremark the include and make sure we reference the right configuration and then continue to the next steps. We have a new executable, create Docker file in the agent bin directory. It will create a Docker file for us. We'll just choose a location. What we're doing here is pretty much taking our existing image and converting it into an instrumented image. So I need to reference my image. I just chose the Dell Tomcat image. In my case, I'm not sure if it has a user command. If it does, just put a username. And that's it. To create the instrumented image, just run this command. This script is adding everything that's necessary. Let's see our new image. This is my new image, pretty much the original name -instrument. And now all I have to do is run the container. Notice that we have to mount the panorama directory. If you're using Swarm, you want to use the mount flag. In this case, it's a simple host. We'll just run with -v. We can now switch to the UI, see the server, the running containers, and the data from the instrumentation. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you very much for your time.